Welcome into WCMP's production of high school basketball. And now let's head to the court with Game Day Gilman.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's basketball broadcast here on WCMP. Of course, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's Great River Conference matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the home-standing Rush City Tigers. Coming into this game, we'll start with the visiting Pine City Dragons. They right now are on a bit of a winning streak, and I mean bit by it is 10 games long right now. Their last loss was all the way back in December, right before the Christmas break, against Esco, 54-38. But again, they have not lost since then, and again are on a 10-game winning streak coming into this game here tonight against Rush City, putting their undefeated conference record on the line. They're 7-0 in the conference, 3-0 in Section 6 AA. So not only is this a conference matchup, it's also a Section 6 AA matchup as well between these two teams. And Rush City did not start out the season the way they had wanted, but coming into this game, they are looking very good. Of course, last week, Pine City had a couple of tough games. Hermantown on Thursday, then Hinckley-Finlayson the following day on Friday. Then they played Bram earlier this week on Tuesday in a close one, 49-48, the victory there in that one. And believe it or not, Rush City beat Bram earlier. Yeah, they beat them 52-50 on last Tuesday. So they know how to get around these bigger, tougher teams sometimes. And you know, they're 5-3 in the conference, so they're still trying to hold up in the conference and hold out hope to try and overtake Pine City's lead. Right now, that places them 4th in the conference behind Bram, Ogilvie, and of course Pine City sitting at the top. There's some work to do, but it does not mean that it is impossible for Rush City to come out and overtake the conference. Again, 5-3 in the conference. If they get a win here tonight and then a couple more wins along their way, they could very well grab a share of the conference title. Again, they'd have to win tonight, then win next week against Mille Lacs and the following week against Ogilvie, and they'd have one more chance to get a win over Hinckley-Finlayson. Otherwise, that is it for conference games for them, and that is their only opportunities left. So we're getting down to the end of the season. Should be a fun one here tonight. Again, two Great River Conference foes, two teams who know each other pretty well. And, you know, when you got two teams like this, you know, it's always fun when they play because, man, it is always a really good game. And, of course, the first time these two teams played was up at Pine City. Pine City got the victory 60-40 in that game. But, again, Rush City, like I mentioned, didn't start the way they wanted to at the beginning of the season. They were 2-9 in their first 11 games. But since, they have been on a 3-game win streak dating back to last Tuesday. They beat Bram, Mille Lacs, and East Central, scoring over or at least 50 points in each of those 3 wins. So there's a lot of momentum riding with the Tigers right now coming into tonight on a 3-game win streak, trying to keep pace in the conference and trying to grab a piece of it. So there's a lot at stake here tonight for both teams. You know, if Pine City were to lose this one, they would see their stock fall in the QRF standings dramatically. But if they were to win, they could stay up in the standings and try and keep pace. But again, it's going to be a very tough matchup here. Of course, in Rush City, the crowd, whenever I have a game here, it doesn't matter. The crowd always shows out on both sides. This is a rivalry between these two teams. Doesn't matter what sport, it's a rivalry. You know, football, baseball, basketball, what have you. It's always a fun rivalry to be a part of, and I don't expect it to be any different here tonight. You can probably hear the pep band playing here. They're just to my right. Coming out, getting loud for the fans and the students and also the players on the court. I know I only played one sport in high school, and that was football, but just hearing that band out there added that extra motivation that it seemed like you needed, and to have the band out, just always a pleasure. And again, just provides that extra little spark sometimes that you need, and I'm sure Rush City is feeling that tonight, especially welcoming in a rival in Pine City. The JV game was won by Pine City. Right before I forget, but Pine City won the JV game. It was a fun one. It was close, but Pine City got the victory 37-34. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be set for tip-off here in this girls basketball game. You're listening to 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP.
It's the holiday season. That means sipping hot chocolate and spending time with family and friends. But it also means winter is here, and your furnace is working hard. With your comfort and safety as our top priority, Aquarius Home Services is offering a $55 furnace tune-up and safety inspection. At Aquarius, it's about keeping you cozy warm and worry-free for the holidays, and treating your home and time with respect. Schedule your furnace inspection today at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Mortgage rates haven't been this low since 2017. Chad Greenway talking Franzen Bank Mortgages. Now is a great time to buy or build your first home, your dream home, or that cabin you've always wanted. Or maybe refinance and lower your monthly payment. The local mortgage experts at Franzen Bank will find an option that best fits your situation. Buying, building, or refinancing. Find a Franzen Bank mortgage expert today at franzenbank.com/getthere. Tell them Greenway sent you. Franzen Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
3 words: Sriracha Cheese Curds. Introducing the latest A&W family restaurant side with a kick. Sriracha Cheese Curds have arrived at A&W. We've spiced up our 100% Wisconsin white cheddar cheese curds with just the right amount of Sriracha heat. You can enjoy Sriracha Cheese Curds with your favorite A&W combo or on their own. Make sure to cool off the heat with a frosty mug of original A&W root beer. Hurry in, Sriracha Cheese Curds are only available for a limited time at your local A&W family restaurant in Pine City.
Are you ready for winter? Call D&E Heating and Air Conditioning in Hinckley. D&E Heating and Cooling is a local Amana dealer with quality workmanship and superior service. Now scheduling into 2022, D&E is ready to assist you, keeping all your heating and air quality appliances working like they should this winter. Their technicians are dependable, knowledgeable, and will provide a professional work ethic. That's their promise to you. Make them your go-to guys for all your heating and air quality systems. Look them up, deheatingcooling.com.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350. And also online at WCMCradio.com, streaming live this game between the visiting Pine City Dragons and the homestanding Rush City Tigers. A big game here for both of these teams. A Great River Conference matchup, but also a Section 6 AA matchup. A lot on the line for both these teams. Tigers still in the race for the conference, at least a share of the conference crown, and Pine City sitting at the top, undefeated, so a lot riding on the line. Getting your starting lineups for you. For the Pine City Dragons, it'll be number 3, LSL, number 4, Maddie Berglund, number 12, Carly Jusak, number 14, Chloe Lind, and number 33, Carissa Nassine. They are, of course, head coached by Ted Haas. On the other side for the Rush City Tigers, it will be number 4, Caitlin Buring, number 5, Kayla Diedrich, number 30, Grace Folkma, number 34, Alexis Ertz, and number 42, Megan Dick. The Rush City Tigers are head coached by Mike O'Donnell. Want to mention that on Saturday morning at 11 a.m., tune in to this station, and you'll hear the Coach's Corner live from A&W. But again, this game, very, very important game for both these teams. Pine City coming in on a 10-game win streak. Rush City on a 3-game win streak. Both these teams have just recently beat Bram. Rush City beat them last week by 2. Pine City beat them this past Tuesday, by 1. So if that's any indication of how this game is going to be, we are in for a very, very good game here this evening. Chloe Lind out at the line. Along with, I can't see the number, it's Kayla Diedrich. And tip-up is away, won by the Pine City Dragons. Far side corner for 3, it's Jusak, no good, rebounded by Folkma, quickly up the court. On their offensive side with it is Ertz. Ertz will hand it off to Buring. Buring drifts to the far side, stops at the free throw line, thought about taking a shot, and now gives it off to Ertz. Ertz's shot is no good, going to be taken over by Nassine. Going back the other way is Jusak. Jusak looking, she'll give it off now to Nassine. Wanted Lynn in the far side corner. It'll eventually get to Lynn. Lynn at the top of the key. Wanting to drive inside, gives it off to Berglund. Berglund back to Jusak. Jusak stops for a moment, drives inside, puts up a shot, no good, and it's rebounded there by Ertz. Up the court goes Ertz. And she'll give it off now to Buring. Buring inside to Megan Dick. It is just past her outstretched arms. It'll go out of bounds, and Pine City will take over. Just over a minute off the clock here. No score. And the Dragons have the ball back. It's Carissa Nassine who takes it up the court. She'll give it off to Jusak. It goes right through her hands. A battle for the ball. It squirts out, and with it was for a moment Folkma, but then getting a hand in the lane was a Dragon. And now for 3 is Lynn. No good on the shot. Rebounded there again by Buring. Up the court goal, the Tigers. And now taking a short 2 was Ertz, and that's no good. Rebounded here by Jusak. Jusak will take it up the court, dribble behind the back. Stops, pass inside to Lynn. Lynn spins around, puts up the shot. It's no good, rebounded by Diedrich. Diedrich spins around, she'll just hand it off to Buring. Buring stops, gives it back to Diedrich. She has it go through her hands, but she gets it back. Guarded by LSL, and again, anytime LSL is guarding someone, it is tough. Now off to Ertz. Ertz trying to get around the defender. She gets around the seam, puts up the shot. It's good. Alexis Ertz in for 2, and that will give the first points of the game to Rush City. LSL gives it off to Nassine. Nassine now back to Sell, all the way across court on the far side to Berglund. Berglund pauses, dribbles, gives it back to Sell. Sell now to Nassine. Nassine inside to Jusak. It was tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. 2.5 minutes into this game, and Rush City on the board first from the score from Alexis Ertz. This ball is inbounded to Lynn, but it's well out of her reach, and it'll go out of bounds. Tigers are putting on the pressure early here in this one, and the Dragons are just struggling a little bit to get around the defense. This ball inbounded to Diedrich. Diedrich to Ertz, now back to Diedrich, now over to Volkema, right back over to Ertz. Ertz gives it off now to Buehring. Buehring for three, no good. And a race for the rebound. Lind will grab it. Lind with the rebound, and she's going to take it up the court. Lind tries to go inside to Jusak. Somehow Jusak comes down with it. And we get a whistle. And the first foul of the game will go on the Tigers. Buehring. It's 2-0. Tigers with the lead. Bounce pass inbounded to Jusak. She's trying to get around the defense. She's double teamed. Now gives it off to Nassine. Nassine to Sell. Sell wasn't expecting it, but she does come down with it. Now to Lind. Lind trying to get around the defender, and another whistle. A quick whistle here. And it looks like we're going to get a call on Ertz. And that is who it will be on. So Alexis Ertz, the guilty Tiger. Pine City inbounds. It goes to Berglund. To Lind now. Lind to Nassine. Over to Sell. Near side. Sell gives it off to Berglund. Berglund right back to Sell. Sell again wasn't expecting the pass. She's in the far side corner now. Hands it off to Lind. Lind inside to Jusak. Jusak spins around, puts up the shot off the back of the rim and in for two. And we're tied at 2. 2-2 our score. And the Tigers have it once again. It's Diedrich. Diedrich to Ertz. Now to Buehring, back to Ertz for 3, and that comes up short. Trying to keep it alive was Volkema, but she steps on the line. And that'll give the ball back to the Dragons. The Dragons have it up the court. Sell dribbles. Oh, trying to get it to Nassine, and Nassine didn't know it was coming to her, and she went one way. The ball went the other way. And now the Tigers will take back over. A lot of turnovers between these two teams early on. About 4 minutes have gone off the board here in the first half. And we're tied at 2. This deeply inbounded to Buehring. Buehring off to Ertz. Ertz shot up, no good. Rebounded by Lind. Now Lind will go the other way with it. Lind, she wants to drive it to the basket. Puts it up off the bottom of the rim, no good. But there's going to be a whistle, and she's going to be fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. Who will this be on? It's on the Tigers, but who? It is on Volkema. That's their third team foul. Lind has... And, oh my goodness, it was off the front of the rim, off the side, and then in. I was just about to say that Lind has been struggling a little bit from the line, but looks like she has found her rhythm again. So Pine City now with a 3-2 lead. Lind in. So Lind gets both to fall, and it's 4-2, Pine City. Ertz going to take it up the court. She stops, gives it back over to Diedrich. Diedrich nearly loses it, spins around from the defender. Now a wide open teammate down the court. It's Buehring. Buehring off to Ertz. Ertz pauses. Cross-court pass to Volkema. Now in the corner, Buehring back to Volkema. Inside to Ertz. Ertz through traffic, puts up the shot. It's no good. But a foul call on Pine City, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. That foul going to be on Jusak. Her first, team's first. Ertz, first one is good. That'll make it a 1-point deficit. Ertz is good on both. So that'll tie things up at 4. 4.5 minutes off the board. Jusak has it, gives it off to Berglund in the near side. Berglund waiting, gives it off now to Nassine. Nassine fakes the pass inside, now gives it to Summer Thiemann. Thiemann will give it off to Lind. Lind back out to Berglund. She's double teamed, but she dribbles past it. Now gives it to Jusak, to Nassine. Nassine inside to Lind. Lind, it just throws up the ball. But she's going to be fouled. And Lynn will be at the line for 2. This foul going to be on Diedrich. You know, they've got 4 fouls here about 5 minutes into the game, but they're doing a good job of spreading them out. Not one Tiger has more than 1. Lynn, no good on this one. Score remains tied at 4. Checking into the game now, I believe, is Autumn Stream, number 14. This shot is up and no good. Taken by Ertz. Quick, deep pass to Buring, and Lynn got a hand on it, so we'll go out of bounds. Stream will get set to inbound. She does to Ertz. Ertz wide open 3, no good. Rebounded there by Dick. And now with it, off to Folkema. To Ertz. Ertz back to Folkema for a long 2. She stepped inside the 3-point line, so it's a long 2, but it's a 2 no less, and the Tigers retake the lead 6-4. Maddie Berglund to Thiemann on the far side. Thiemann stops her dribble as she almost lost it, gives it off to Nassine. Nassine to Berglund, to Thiemann. Thiemann to Nassine. Nassine all the way across court to Berglund on the far side for 3. That's no good. Jusak trying to race in for the rebound, and it goes off of a Tiger out of bounds, so Dragons will hold on to it. Berglund looking to inbound. Thought about getting it to Nassine, now instead to Jusak on the far side. To Lind. Lind gets a lane, drives to the basket. It is no good, but Berglund right there to help out Lind and get the ball back for Pine City. Now to Lind once again. Lind wants to drive, gives it off to Berglund, to Thiemann. Thiemann wanted to take the long 3, but instead will dribble out the ball and now gives it off to Lind. Lind will pass to Berglund. Berglund drifting far side. It's a screen from Lynn. Berglund will have to pick up her dribble, and then it's going to be stolen away here by Ertz. Ertz quickly up the court, throws up a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Dick. That's no good. And now we get a whistle. And another foul here on Rush City. This one's going to go on Megan Dick. 6-4, the Rush City Tigers lead. 11:22 left in the first half. It's Jusak inbounding it to Berglund. Berglund will give it off to Thiemann. Thiemann waits, gives it to Jusak. Jusak now to Berglund. Berglund to Nassine. Nassine has a wide open shot from 3. It's a little bit long. And travel call. So no good on the shot, but travel was called anyways. Autumn Stream will get set to inbound for Rush City. She does to Folkema. Folkema back to Stream. And now to Diedrich. Diedrich up the court with it. Trying to give it away, but Nassine is right there for the steal, but looked like Tigers had got it for a moment, but Nassine held on. Nassine up the court to Thiemann. Thiemann working at the top of the key. Now gives it to Jusak on the far side. To Berglund. Berglund pauses, looking, trying to find someone to pass it to. Gets it to Nassine. Now to Lind. Lind stands top of the key. Give it off to Thiemann, far side for 3. That's no good, and right there to grab it is Stream. Stream will take it up the court for the Tigers. Give it off to Diedrich for 3, and that's good. Diedrich not going to waste that opportunity. A wide open 3. Makes it 9-4. Tigers with the lead. Thiemann to Jusak. Jusak to Lind. Lind driving inside, spinning around. Now to Thiemann. Thiemann to Nassine. This for 3. That's good. Nassine for 3. That'll cut the deficit into 2 for the Dragons. Rush City still with the lead. Stream to Folkma. Right back to Stream. Now to Diedrich. Diedrich trying to get it to her teammate Folkma, but that's going to roll and it's going to go out of bounds, and Dragons will take over with it. Veronica Hemming in the game for Rush City. Pass now to Jusak on the far side to Lind. Lind had a split second for a 3 opportunity. Jusak inside, gives it out to, that's Bolin. Bolin, nice move. Shot is up and good. No, Thiemann, excuse me. Thiemann with the nice move. And she gets the shot up and in for 2, and that'll tie the game. And quick whistle on the other side. That foul, I believe, was on, no, they're going to get Thiemann for it. That's their second team foul. Diedrich has it. Diedrich gives it to Stream. Stream up the court. And now driving inside is Diedrich. No good. Lynn will come down with the rebound. Also in the game is Bella Folkma for the Tigers. Jusak inbounds to Bolin. Bolin right back to Jusak, right back to Bolin. Dragons up the court to Jusak, now to Sell. Sell to Thiemann, inside to Jusak. Jusak trying to spin around, but it is knocked out of her hands. Gonna get a foul, though, on Rush City. This one's going against Ertz. It's her second foul, team's 7th. So now the Dragons are in the bonus. Jusak makes the first as she's at the line to shoot 2. That'll give the Dragons the lead back, 10-9. This one, no good. Jusak 1 of 2 from the line. And, a quick whistle. And now a foul on the Dragons. It's going to be on Boland. Tigers looking to inbound. Inbounded by Ella Wood. Now stolen away by Lynn. To Thiemann. Thiemann to Bolin. Bolin thought about pulling up from long distance. Instead, she'll give it off to Lynn in the far side corner for 3. And waiting right there for it was Alexis Ertz. She's going to take it up the court. She's got some wheels. She'll stop, pull up from 2. No good. And Jusak will come down with the rebound. Looked like the Tigers were going to retake the lead. Jusak far side pass to Thiemann. Thiemann dribbling towards the far side now to Jusak. Jusak off to Bolin. Bolin for 3, no good. And Lynn trying to keep that alive, but she steps out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Tigers. And we get a timeout here by, looks like the Pine City Dragons. It's only a 30-second timeout for the Dragons. 8:02 left here in the first half. Dragons have a 10-9 lead. It's been a good back-and-forth matchup between these two. The defenses have really stepped up in this game, and I think more of it's the fouls. They really haven't affected the Tigers as of yet, but now that the Dragons are in the bonus here for the last 8 minutes of the first half, it's going to start affecting the Tigers. As from now on, anytime you foul, Dragons are going to go to the line to shoot at least a 1-and-1 until they get to 10. Then they'll shoot 2. So, but again, no one for the Tigers. They're spreading the fouls out nicely. Only one person, that's Alexis Ertz, has multiple. She has 2. This ball is inbounded. And now Ertz has it. She gives it off to Diedrich. Diedrich, she works it up the court. She wants to take it to the lane. Puts up a shot. That is no good. Another rebound there by Megan Dick. Ertz looking for the shot. It's blocked. It was tipped down there by Lind or Jusak. And now the Dragons up the court with it. Sell gives it off to Lind. Lind wants to go inside, just a little too high over the head of Carly Jusak, and the ball will go right back to the Tigers of Rush City. Ertz looking to inbound. She gets it off to Megan Dick now. She'll take it up the court. Gives it off to Wood. Wood trying to get around the defender. Pass down low to Dick. Now to Diedrich. Diedrich drives inside, puts up the shot. It's in. No, they're going to wave off the basket. I think they're going to say a foul happened before the shot. They will. And this one is going to go against Thiemann. Team's fourth, her second. So no shot by the Tigers, and the foul happened before the shot. So missed opportunity. Inbounded to Diedrich. Luckily, she's able to come down with it. Diedrich wants to drive. She stops, gives it off here. The shot is up and no good. Jusak's going to come down with the rebound. Quickly up the court to Berglund. Back to Jusak. Jusak has that poked out and stolen away by Brooke Hahn. Now to Dick. Far side pass to Wood for three. No good. Getting the rebound, though, is Alexis Ertz. She puts up a shot. That's no good. Getting the rebound is Hahn. And now, this time getting it is Jusak. Jusak spins around, gives it to Berglund. Berglund maybe had a chance at a long three. Instead, pulls it down, passes it to Bolin. Jusak had to slap that away from the Tiger defender just to keep it for the Dragons. Now pass inside to Lind. Lind works through a double team. She got the rim to work with her on that one as it falls in for two. It's 12-9. Sell guarding. Now gives it off to Wood. And this goes over the head of Hahn. Going to be Dragon ball as Jusak will take it. She takes it to the basket. No good on the roll. And Alexis Ertz with another rebound. Alexis Ertz up the court, gives it to Diedrich. Diedrich dribbles away from the defender, guarded by Sell, now inside to Ertz. It's up and in for two. Ertz with a nice drive to the basket. Cuts the lead down to one for Pine City. Jusak pauses, gives it to Bolin. Bolin back to Sell, inside to Lind. Lind to the basket. It's knocked away. I think Ertz might have gotten a hand on that one. And she'll take it up the court. Passes it now. Diedrich. Diedrich. That one was blocked, but got more than the ball. 12-11. 5:14 left in the first half. Fouls on Pine City's Ella Sell. Her first, team's fifth. And now Kayla Diedrich at the line to shoot two. Good on the first. That will tie things here at 12. The scene in for Bolin. Jusak out. In for her is Emma Belsheim. Diedrich, no good on the second. Rebound is grabbed by Lind. So just one there for Diedrich. Ella Sell has it for Pine City on the far side. Now to Nassine. Nassine pauses, gives it to Belsheim. Belsheim to Sell. In the near side corner, Berglund. Berglund gives it off to Nassine. Belsheim on the far side. Working it inside. Now to Berglund. Berglund back to the top of the key for Belsheim. Belsheim pauses. Over to Sell. Sell in the corner to Berglund. Berglund. Three, no good. Right there for the rebound, though, is Autumn Stream for Rush City. And she's got it up the court. Stream will give it off to Megan Dick. Megan Dick driving inside's got a lane, puts up a shot. It's no good. No good. But she's fouled. And that's on Berglund, Maddie Berglund, the guilty Dragon. Team's 6th, her first. And Megan Dick is at the line to shoot 2. That one's good. And the Tigers take the lead, 13-12. Jusak back into the game, but she'll come in for Lind. Both are good from Megan Dick, and it's a 2-point lead for the Tigers. Berglund up the court, gives it off to Jusak. Jusak to Sell. Now to Nassine, inside to Jusak, right under the basket. Basket's good, and the possibility for an and one. That is on Megan Dick, her second. Shot is up and good from Carly Jusak, completes the three-point play, and it's 15-14. Folkma passes it. Diedrich, and that's going to be out of the reach for Caitlin Buring. And the ball will go back to the Dragons. 15-14, Dragons lead, 3:56 left in this first half. As Ella Sell takes it up the court for Pine City. She'll give it off to Jusak. Jusak now to Nassine. Dragons have been trying to pass the ball around a lot more, but just like there, the Tigers, they have not given the Dragons any sort of space. And then Diedrich with the block of Jusak's shot. Shot from long two is in and out. And fighting for the rebound, finally coming down with it is Nassine for the Dragons. Nassine to Sell inside to Jusak. That pass was a nice pass. It led her towards the basket. But Jusak was fouled, and I believe she'll be at the line for a 1-and-1 as this is the 9th team foul, and I don't think they're going to call it a shooting foul. 2 fouls now for Folkma. Belsheim out, Lind in for the Dragons. Jusak's no good on the first, and it's the Tigers who take over. Bottom Stream with the rebound. Ertz now to Megan Dick. This is a nice rainbow shot, no good. Rebounded by Ertz. That is, I can't see the number. Diedrich up and in for 2. The assist by Ertz. And now they lead 16-15. Nassine to Sell on the far side. Now to Lind. Lind. Berglund. Berglund trying to drive, gets a screen, gives it back to Jusak. All the way into the near side corner to Sell. And Sell looks to get a screen. Unable to do anything with it though. Nassine quickly to Berglund. Right back to Nassine. Nassine fakes the shot from long range. Will throw up a shot towards the basket, but she's going to go to the line and shoot 2 as she was fouled. 10th team foul in this first half for Rush City, and that one's on Diedrich. Nassine good on the first. Ties thing up at 16. Nassine good on the first, ties things at 16 with 2:13 to go. And Nassine no good on the second. She's 1 of 2 from the line, and the Tigers have it. It's Autumn Stream. Fakes the pass one way, then gives it to Ertz. Ertz trying to get around Lind. Finds a lane to the basket, and that ball going to go out of bounds. Lind got a hand on it. Get a substitution. Bella Folkma. in for Autumn Stream, and getting set for the inbound is Brooke Hahn. Hahn tries to get it inbounded. It's tipped by a Dragon, and now Megan Dick has that one poked out by LSL, but Megan Dick gets it back. She's driving, trying to get underneath the basket, and now the shot from Folkma is no good. And the ball still on the court, and this is going to be a jump ball. And the possession arrow favors the Rush City Tigers. 1:43 to go. We're tied at 16 between the Tigers and the Pine City Dragons. Stay tuned at halftime as we'll hear a word from our fine sponsors, and I'll recap the first half. And now we get a timeout. That's going to be a full timeout. While they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Girls Basketball on WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Back here on WCMP, 106.5 FM, AM 1350, streaming live at WCMPradio.com. It's so far a good battle between these two Great River Conference foes, both also in the same section of 6AA, and we're tied. A little bit of a slow start for both of these teams, but if you're the Tigers, this is exactly, maybe not exactly, but close to exactly the way you want this first half to go. You want to keep Pine City off the board as much as you can. You want to have them get off to the slow start, and if you go off to a little bit of a slow start just to help your team keep them down, I think you're okay with it. Inbound to Ertz. Right back to, Folkema. No good on the shot. Hahn with the rebound. Bella Folkema inside to Megan Dick. Shot is up, no good. And Berglund at the rebound, and as she did, she was fouled. And she will be going to line for the Dragons and shooting 2. This foul is on Brooke Hahn. Berglund's first one is up and good. And the Dragons will have a 1-point lead, 17-16. No good on the second one, so Berglund goes 1 of 2. 17-16 the score. Tigers up the court. It's Ertz. Ertz gives it inside to Dick. Dick trying to get around the defender. Back to Ertz. Ertz guarded by Lind on the near side here. Fakes one way, goes the other, and she's bumped. The shot is no good. Seventh team foul for Pine City, the first on Lind. Ertz is good on the first free throw, and it's tied at 17 with exactly 1:10 to go in half number 1. Second one is good as well from Ertz, and she will give the Tigers the lead right back, 18-17. Berglund to Jusak. Jusak drives, instead gives to Nassine, now to Sell, to Berglund. Berglund inside to Jusak. Jusak is crowded, and I don't know how, but she got her own rebound. Now to Lynn for 3, that's no good. So Jusak got her own rebound, gave it off to Lynn on the far side. She's no good. And Rush City will take over, 18-17. Inbounded to Ertz. That's who they want to give it to. Ertz trying to get around the defender. Sell guarding her well. Now to Folkema. And now to Hahn. And looks like we got an issue with the scoreboard. they've got it figured out, and we'll continue. Volkema will inbound to Ertz. Ertz going to drive to the basket. Oh. No good. And they're going to get a foul on Pine City. I actually took a couple more steps than she was allowed there before that, but that's why I'm not reffing. And, oh, they're going to call it a shooting foul as well. No good on the first one by Ertz. They will still have the lead, 18-17, 34 seconds left. Bolin checks into the game for Berglund. Ertz is good on the second. 19-17, it's 2-point lead here for the Tigers. As we approach halftime, 30 seconds left in the first half. Jusak gives it to Nassim. Now off to Bolin. Bolin tries to give it inside. The pass is blocked, though. Nassim will corral it. Sell to Bolin. Now to Jusak. In the face of a defender, it's well long. Volkema right there to grab it for the Tigers. Ertz. Oh, and now an illegal screen on the Tigers. Tiger fans don't like it, but that's the correct call. It's Megan Dick who gets the illegal screen, and Nassim will inbound to Lind. 5 seconds left, 4 seconds left. Gonna have to get off a shot. Jusak does, but that's gonna be the buzzer. And at halftime, the Rush City Tigers will have the lead. 19-17 over Pine City. Again, a little bit of a slow start here for both these teams, but if you're Rush City, you're okay with it because you're holding the Dragons offense down, and that's exactly what you have to hope for right now. Because again, Pine City, when they get hot, you just really can't stop them, and the Tigers so far they've kept them off the board here in the first half, and you're okay with this game being a little bit slower in points-wise if you can keep Pine City off the board and hold their offense to a minimum. 19-17, your halftime score. We'll take a commercial break here. Word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, I'll recap the first half and give you my keys to the rest of the game for both of these teams. You're listening to Girls Basketball on 106.5 FM, AM 1350 WCMP.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
When something is important to you, you'll do anything to make sure it's protected. You want someone you know, someone you trust to help you take care of it. That's why you need to work with Pine Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. With over 50 years combined experience, let the experts at Pine Insurance Agency help you protect what's important. Whether it's your home, car, farm, insurance, or loved ones, call them today to set up a free, no-obligation quote. Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Pine Insurance Agency, located in a Northridge Center in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
It's the holiday season. That means sipping hot chocolate and spending time with family and friends. But it also means winter is here, and your furnace is working hard. With your comfort and safety as our top priority, Aquarius Home Services is offering a $55 furnace tune-up and safety inspection. At Aquarius, it's about keeping you cozy warm and worry-free for the holidays, and treating your home and time with respect. Schedule your furnace inspection today at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Minnesota, it's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani, online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Mortgage rates haven't been this low since 2017. Chad Greenway talking Franzen Bank Mortgages. Now is a great time to buy or build your first home, your dream home, or that cabin you've always wanted. Or maybe refinance and lower your monthly payment. The local mortgage experts at Franzen Bank will find an option that best fits your situation, buying, building, or refinancing. Find a Franzen Bank mortgage expert today at franzenbank.com/getThere. Tell them Greenway sent you. Franzen Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
3 words: Sriracha Cheese Curds. Introducing the latest A&W family restaurant side with a kick. Sriracha Cheese Curds have arrived at A&W. We've spiced up our 100% Wisconsin white cheddar cheese curds with just the right amount of sriracha heat. You can enjoy Sriracha Cheese Curds with your favorite A&W combo or on their own. Make sure to cool off the heat with a frosty mug of original A&W root beer. Hurry in, Sriracha Cheese Curds are only available for a limited time at your local A&W family restaurant in Pine City.
Are you ready for winter? Call D&E Heating and Air Conditioning in Hinckley. D&E Heating and Cooling is a local Amana dealer with quality workmanship and superior service. Now scheduling into 2022, D&E is ready to assist you, keeping all your heating and air quality appliances working like they should this winter. Their technicians are dependable, knowledgeable, and will provide a professional work ethic. That's their promise to you. Make them your go-to guys for all your heating and air quality systems. Look them up, deheatingcooling.com.
106.5 FM, AM 1350. The site for tonight's girls basketball game. Also streaming live online at WCMPradio.com. This is a Section 6AA Great River Conference matchup between the Rush City Tigers and the Pine City Dragons. And at the half, the Tigers have the lead 19-17 over the Pine City Dragons. And yeah, the Tigers really had the Dragons number there in the first half. We're not used to seeing the Dragons get such a low-scoring first half. We're used to seeing them score a lot more points, but it's really been a good performance here by the Rush City Tiger defense. Yes, their offense has scored the points, but their defense has been huge. The rebounds that they've been able to get and then turn them down into points on the other side have just been fantastic tonight here for the Tigers, and they have done a great job of also creating turnovers and turning those into points as well. And their free throw shooting is very good tonight as well. They've been to the line a couple times, and they've missed 2, but other than that, they have been solid from the free throw line. Speaking of them, Alexis Ertz leads the way for them with 9, 6 for Kayla Diedrich, 2 for both Folkema and Megan Dick. That's Grace Folkema and Megan Dick. On the other side for Pine City, leading the way for them with 6 points was Carly Jusak, 4 for both Chloe Lind and Carissa Nassine, 2 for Summer Thiemann, and 1 on the free throw from Maddie Berglund. The Dragons have struggled tonight from the free throw line, and you see, looking at their stats, there are 3 people who have missed or who have made 1 of 2 from the line, and you think if those 3 made both, they'd be leading 20-19 right now. But you can't give Rush City enough credit in this first half, because their defense has just shown the Dragons just something they just can't figure out right now. The Dragons get down, and it looks like they might have an open shot. Then right there's a Tiger defender in the face of them, and they can't find anything either. They can't find any open shots. They're trying to get the ball down low to Lind and Jusak, and by the time the ball gets to Jusak or Lind, the ball has either A, been tipped, or B, Lyndon Jusak are surrounded by 3-4 defenders. The Tigers right now just have figured out what to do on the defensive side of the ball, and Pine City cannot figure out a way to combat it right now. That doesn't mean they won't figure it out here at halftime and start getting things rolling on the offensive side of the ball, but man, if you're Rush City, you are loving where you're at right now. You know, you're only up by 2, but you're okay with only being up by 2 because, man, the Dragons, they've shown they can't get anything going. So for me, I think the Dragons need to press the tempo a little bit. They need to get things going a little bit faster. Now, some people might say, well, why? Isn't that what they tried to do in the first half and it hasn't worked? Yes, but I think they need to press the tempo, get the Tigers out of their element, start getting things to go their way, force things to go your way, so to speak, to start get things, turnovers. They're trying to be aggressive on defense, but the Tigers have done a great job of holding on to the ball and not giving up any turnovers. So I think if you're Pine City, again, you got to be a little bit more aggressive. The Dragons are trying, but I think you just got to press it just that much more if you're the Pine City Dragons. If I'm the Tigers, I really don't change anything. There's really nothing I see in the game that they really need to change because what they're doing is working. And if it's working, you know the saying, if it's working, don't fix it. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. There's really nothing that they need to do differently. I think the defense has played outstanding. I think the only thing I think the offense could do a little better is maybe find some more open threes. They hit one early on from Kayla Diedrich, but since then they just really haven't been able to hit on them, and they haven't really been able to find any of them. So I think if you're the Rush City Tigers, you want to maybe find some more open threes and try and hit on those here in the second half to try and not only continue to build on your lead, but pull away from the Dragons if you are Rush City. Again, Pine City on offense, I think you're going to have to press the tempo. I think you're going to have to take more three-point shots in the face of a defender. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easy, but I think that's what you're going to have to do here in the second half because right now, if you're Pine City, nothing has gone your way and you need something. But if you're the Tigers, you love where you are at right now. Of course, always can be better. It could be a bigger lead. Could have done this, could have done that, but I think the Tigers like where they're at to begin this second half. They have momentum. They really have kind of controlled the tempo there in the first half, and again, Pine City just hasn't, all their shots have been contended. They haven't had anything easy. Pine City will start with it. They'll get it off to Sell. Sell going to take an early three. That's no good. Jusak going to race after the rebound. She'll bring it down, and it's no good, but an early foul here in the second half is going to go against the Tigers, and it looks like it is on Megan Dick, her fourth. That's not good. Now what you want to see if you're the Tigers, an early foul there for Megan Dick, and yep, she will check out of the game. Into the game is Delilah Oberg. Maybe not. I think they're going to say Megan Dick has to stay on the court until after one shot. So they're going to wait for the substitution as Jusak hits the first. Now they'll allow the substitution. Jusak is good on both, and that will tie things up at 19. And you can see right away the Dragons are being a little bit more aggressive, a little bit of a full court press, but that's going to leave Diedrich wide open on the near side. She finds a lane to the basket, puts up the shot, no good. Going to get a draw foul, though, from Jusak. Jusak second. Diedrich at the line. No good on the first. And no good on the second, but Ertz is right there for the rebound for the Tigers. This shot is up and no good, and Ella Sell grabs the rebound, and now the ball is on the ground. A fight for it. Jusak got after it, as did Diedrich. We got a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Tigers. So the Tigers will hold on to it, tied at 19. Inbounded to Diedrich. She'll pull up from three right away. And my goodness, it couldn't have been any cleaner. 22-19 on the three-point shot from Diedrich. Wow. Jusak wants to answer with the three of her own, but she'll give it off to Nasine. Now to Berglund on the far side corner. Back to Nasine. Now to Nasine once again, and it's Sell. Off to Berglund. Berglund thought about the three. She dribbles to Sell. Now to Nasine. That's no good. And Jusak. No, ball's still up for grabs to get another jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Dragons this time. That's something that the Dragons have not been able to get to fall tonight, is the three-point ball. They have found a couple of open shots, but they have not been able to get any of them to fall. It's just they've got to find a way to get those shots to fall. Inbound to Lind from Sell. Lind wants to drive, and yep, she's going to step on the line. She was close, but from my angle, she looked like she was out as well. I like the idea, but got a little too close to the boundary. And a deep pass. It's going to be stolen away by Jusak. Now to Sell for three. That looks good, but it's off the mark. And Lynn will get the rebound. Shot towards the basket, no good. Rebounded there by Folkma. And now for three, it's well off the mark from Buring. Race for the rebound, and Folkma will get it. Folkma tries to go inside to Buring, and Nasine will cause a jump ball, and this time possession arrow favors Rush City. Tigers will look to inbound. Lob to Folkma. Folkma tries to go inside to Ertz. Ertz looking to bully her way in. No good. She gets her own rebound. Shot is up, no good. Once again, Jusak will come down with it this time for the Dragons. Inside to Lynn, no good. She gets her own rebound, and then she's fouled. Lynn will go to the line to shoot two. The foul is going to be called on Alexis Ertz, her third. Lynn, good on the first. Off the front of the rim and then works its way through the nylon. 22-20. Tigers with the lead. Lind is good on both. So deficit down to one now for Pine City as the Tigers get it inbounded to Diedrich. And Diedrich on the far side, trying to get around the defense. And now she gets it off to Oberg, and this pass is going to be just long. Out of the reach, and ball will go back to the Dragons. 22-21, 15:45. That's time left in the second half. LSL gets the inbound. She gives it off to Nasine. Nasine now to Jusak. Off to Berglund. Far side corner to Sell. Sell goes around the perimeter. Pass to Nasine. She brings it down. Works it way back to Sell. Jusak inside. Now back to Lynn. To LSL. To Nasine. And man, again, the Tigers just... Oh, and now a travel by Nasine. The Tigers, I mean, they're like glue on the Dragons right now. The Dragons cannot find anything open. When it looks like they've got an open chance at three, I mean, the Tigers are just, they're just right there. And this ball is tipped, going to be taken away by the Dragons. Berglund gets it off to Jusak. Jusak will pull up from three. That looked good. It's off the mark, and no one's going to chase after the rebound for Pine City. So it'll go out of bounds, and Tigers will take over. Again, the Dragons are just getting open shots, but they haven't been able to hit any threes tonight. And I'm sure as a coach for Ted Hodge, it's frustrating, but you've got to find a way. Got to find a way just to get a couple to drop, because then you feel like something is going to pop on offense. But right now the Tigers have all answers, it seems like. Ella Wood on the far side will hand it to Diedrich. Diedrich in trouble, gives it to Wood. Wood tries to go inside, going to be stolen away by Jusak. Jusak down to Sell. Sell, no good. Jusak luckily right there for the 2 in, and the N1 opportunity for Jusak. She got the steal plus the rebound. This foul going to be on Oberg, her first. Jusak a chance for the 3-point play. It is no good. Lind was able to get the rebound. Then it looks like they're going to redo the shot. No, it is good. The bounce was really high, and it did not look like it was going to fall, but it's 24-22. And now a travel by the Tigers as they look to take it up court. Rakan traveled with it. Dragons, will get it back. LSL gets it to Brooke Boland. Boland off to Thiemann. Thiemann now back to Boland. That was nearly tipped. Lynn trying to get it back. She does. And turns around, puts up the shot. In for 2. And Lynn slow to get up. She fell to the court pretty hard. She's up. She walks it off. Nassine actually going to check into the game for Chloe Lind. I'm sure they're just going to check on her quick, make sure she's okay. Just give her a second to kind of catch her breath. Inbound. Diedrich. And now the court goes Ertz. Ertz has been a key piece for this Tigers offense. Off to Diedrich. Back to Ertz. Ertz will take it back out, kind of reset the offense, gives it to Diedrich. Diedrich on the far side. Diedrich finds a lane, wants to drive, puts up the shot, no good. A jump ball is called. Possession arrow will favor the Dragons, and they'll take over. Sell will get the inbound, and she'll work things up the court. Sell off to Nassine. Nassine back to Sell. Sell cross-court pass to Thiemann. Thiemann on the near side, trying to figure out a way to get around the defender. And she'll work it to the far side and just toss it to Sell. Now to Boland. Boland trying to drive inside, and she'll put up a hook shot. That's well off the mark. Oh, and the ball is still up for grabs. And the Tigers will come down with it. Ertz up the court, trying to get around Jusak. She stops. And travel by Alexis Ertz. Jusak got the block. Jusak had the block, but oh no. We might have just gotten a warning to the Tiger bench. One of their coaches pretty upset with that call, but how to keep her cool. I remember these referees are doing this. You know, they're not paid a ton to do this. They're here. They're not like NBA or NFL or any professionals. They're doing it, and they've taken a couple hours and tried to learn the best they can. So they're not perfect. We got to remember that. Remember to respect them, because there aren't a lot of referees out there who want to do games too many anymore, because you got to remember they're humans too. Dragons do take over though, and Summer Thiemann, oh my goodness, that was ripped away by Ertz. Thiemann trying to drive inside, but Ertz ripped it away. Diedrich trying to go around the perimeter, and she'll give it off now to Caitlin Hemming. No good on the shot, rebounded, and Ertz will put it up and in for 2. (24-26), Summer Thiemann Gives it to Nasine. Nasine backs things up, resets the offense. Inside to Lynn, now to Jusak. Jusak, open lane, in for 2. On the assist from Lynn. Makes it 28-24. Diedrich trying to get a little bit of space between her and the defender. She'll give it off to Ertz. Ertz stops, spins around, gets a screen, stops again, gives it off to Wood. Ella Wood going around the perimeter. Now to Ertz once again. Or excuse me, no, that is Brooke Hahn. Caitlin Hemming now to Ertz. Ertz underneath the basket, tried to get it to Ella Wood. A race for the rebound, and Nasine, she got to it, but she touched out of bounds, and it will go back to the Tigers. 11:44 left. 28-24, Dragons with the lead. Caitlin Hemming inbounds to Megan Dix. She drives, no good on the shot, and Lynn will get the rebound. Dragons go quickly up the court. It's Berglund to Nasine, now to Lind. Lind trying to drive inside, spinning around, puts up a shot towards the basket. It's no good, and Diedrich comes down with the rebound. Diedrich trying to get around the defender, Thiemann. Diedrich finds a lane to the basket, bumped, shot no good, and Diedrich will go to the line to shoot 2. Yeah, the Tigers have just done a good job tonight of getting off of one defender and driving to the basket. They've just made a living of that tonight. Foul is on Lynn, by the way. Diedrich good on the first. Lynn's second, team second, and Diedrich is good on the first. Trying to cut the deficit down to 2. Good on the second. So Diedrich is able to do just that. It's 28-26. Berglund off to Jusak. Now to Nasine to Thiemann. To Nasine, now back to Thiemann. Thiemann to Nasine from 3. It's good. Nasine with the 3 on the assist from Thiemann. And it's 31-26. A steal by Thiemann now. She puts up a shot and she's fouled. 31-26. You see the aggressiveness here starting to pay off for the Dragons, and with the foul is Caitlin Hemming. Thiemann no good on the first. Hemming checks out. In for her is Veronica Hemming. Thiemann's second shot is good. 32-26. Dragons trying to turn up the heat. Full court press. Diedrich somehow got the ball back. Now Nasine absolutely dumbfounded by the call. They're going to call it on Berglund? Apparently Berglund was the one who got the foul. It's her third. Inbounded now to Ertz for the Tigers. Ertz drifting to the far side. She stops on her dribble, directing the offense, gives it off to Hemming. Veronica Hemming tries to drive. It's tipped away. Veronica Hemming gets it back. Now inside. Oh, Megan Dick had it, but Jusak is there for the steal. She wants to take it up the court to Lynn, to Jusak. Blocked! Oh my goodness, what a block by Diedrich. Wow. What great passing you just had there by Pine City, but Diedrich came from behind and said, not today. Side to Dick, and foul's going to be on Summer Thiemann, her third. Team's fourth. Both teams now with 4 fouls here in the second half. 4 team fouls. It's Ertz inbound to Diedrich. Diedrich going to try and throw it at the basket. No good. Going to fight for the ball. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Tigers. 9:53 to go. Tigers trail 32-26. Inbounded to Diedrich. She's good on those. Yeah, I was just about to say you can almost count it because she doesn't miss those. 32-29. I mean, those turnaround jumpers for Diedrich. Oh, and then Thiemann comes back and hits one of her own. Oh, they called it a 2 from Diedrich. They called it a 2 from Diedrich, and now Ertz no good on the shot. Jusak will get the rebound. They call it a 2 from Diedrich, a 3 from Thiemann. Man, I thought Diedrich, oh my goodness, I thought she had the 3. 35-28, we get a timeout call here by Pine City, just a 30-second timeout. Wow. Diedrich got the ball, and I mean, just those turnaround and three-point shots have just been automatic for her tonight. She hasn't missed when she's done that from anywhere, whether it's from top of the key, either side of the corner, it doesn't matter. She is just, those turnaround jumpers for her are just falling tonight. But her shot was a 2, not a 3. So, interesting. No, I called it a 3, but again, I didn't have the best angle at it. So she might have been on the line. She might have had a toe on the line. 35-28, 9:18 to go. Sell will inbound to Jusak. Jusak tries to go inside to Lynn. And that's dangerous. You got Lynn is surrounded by 3, and then a 4th defender came to right up to her as soon as the Jusak's pass got there. I understand trying to work it inside, but might have to be a little aggressive on the perimeter. And then Ertz just going to throw it off of Lind as it'll go out of bounds. Inbounded from Folkma to Ertz. 35-28. Ertz directing traffic out there, trying to set up the offense. Ertz trying to get around Lind. She gives it back to Folkma, and LSL came away with it. Got a whistle really quickly. I don't think it was a jump ball. Not sure what it was. Lind inside to Jusak, up and in for 2. Beautiful assist there from Chloe Lind to Jusak. And now the Tigers have it. Trying to get it to Megan Dick. She has it. Now to Ertz. Ertz looking to get around Thiemann. Thiemann guarding well. Lind trying to come from behind. She stops, and now we'll go back on defense, guarding. Megan Dick, a long 3. It comes up short. Right there for the rebound was Folkma, but it's going to be taken away by the Dragons. Summer Thiemann works it up the court. She had, last game I called, she had an injury. Luckily, she's back, thank goodness. Nassine all the way across court to Thiemann for a long 3 on the mark, but no good. Jusak gets the rebound. Her shot is no good. We get a foul call on Rush City, though. It'll be their team's 5th and the 2nd on Veronica Hemming. Jusak is at the line for 2. It's good. Got a nice little spin on it to get that one to fall. Checking into the game is Diedrich in for Brooke Hahn. 38-28, 7:45 to go. Shot is up and no good by Jusak, so she makes 1 of 2. Rebound there by Diedrich. Diedrich trying to get around Lynn. She worked it inside and now back out, and we get a reach. This is going to be on Lind, her third. Team's fifth, both teams with 5 team fouls, and now we'll get a timeout from Rush City. So while they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout as well. And hear a word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to Girls Basketball on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Back here on WCMP, we've got a fun one here. Pine City does have the lead, though, 38-28 with 7:37 left. Timeout was called by the Rush City Tigers. So I think the confusion on my part when we had the scramble for the ball not too long ago, when Pine City came away with it, I think Ted Haas had called the timeout, and he didn't want to gather his team. He just wanted to call the timeout to keep possession for his team. I think that was what it was, but I could be wrong. Veronica Hemming inside, no good. Jusak with the rebound. Up the court with it is Jusak. She'll give it to Nassine. Nassine to Berglund, near side corner. And inside to Jusak, just a little too much on that one. And Diedrich will get the rebound. Diedrich working on Sell. Gets a screen, drives inside. Nassine there, shot is no good. Ertz comes up with the rebound. And she gets it to fall. 38-30. Lynn with it. On the pass from Sell, right back to Sell, and Sell will reset things at the top of the key. Gives it off to Lind inside. Now to Jusak. Jusak falling to the court. And the Tigers come away with it. It's Diedrich. Diedrich throws it towards the basket. No good. We get a foul on the Drake. I don't know how you can get a foul when they've got their hands up, but that's why I'm not down there again. That's why I am not down there. Nassine with her first foul in this game. Team sixth. At the line is Diedrich, and good on the first. Again, she's been pretty automatic when she's shooting the ball tonight. A couple of substitutions here for the Tigers. No good on the second. A rare miss there by Kayla Diedrich, and with the rebound was Nassine. Lynn took it up the court. She'll give it off to Sell. Rifting around. Now to Jusak. That pass was a bounce pass, but man, Megan Dick nearly had it on the steal, and then, ooh, the shot no good. I think Jusak was hoping to get a foul. Oh, and now a bench warning for Pine City. Interesting. That's something that you're not sure what it was said, or, what was, sometimes it's the coaches getting too far out onto the court or something that they said, and I'm sure Haas wasn't too pleased that there was no foul call on Jusak. And Diedrich, again, both shots no good. Ertz gets the rebound, hook shot up and in for two. 38-33. Inside to Jusak, it's up and good. 40-33, Jusak is fouled. She'll go to the line for a three-point opportunity. 5:31 left. Jusak is good. Completes the three-point play. They just flashed who got the foul, and I did not see it. (41-33) up the court, no good on the shot is Alexis Ertz. I think they got Ertz on the foul on that last play. And now the third foul on the Dragons for Jusak. Good on the first from Ertz. If you're Pine City, you really don't want to get into a foul battle. Ertz, good on both. Because right now, the Tigers are shooting just a little bit better from the line than the Dragons. So if it came down to that, I think if you're Pine City, you don't want to send them to the line if at all possible. Nassine to Sell to Berglund. Now to back to Sell. To Nassine to Sell to Berglund on the far side, 41-35. Berglund to Sell to Nassine, under 5 minutes to go. Lind wants to drive, passes it out to Berglund. Berglund drives, now to Nassine. Nassine for three, no good. Lind does get, the rebound, puts it up and in for two. 43-35. Tigers up the court. It's Megan Dick trying to get around Jusak, no good. Jusak got a hand on it. And now quickly to Ella Sell, no good on her shot. Berglund gets the rebound, and I believe she was fouled. (17 fouls on both sides now, and that foul goes on Buehring, her second. No good on the first from Maddie Berglund. One of only two seniors for the Pine City Dragons, the other Carissa Nassine. Berglund good on the second, so she's 1 of 2. 50% from the free throw line tonight for Berglund. Should be 44-35 and 4:24 left. Alexis Ertz will inbound to Diedrich, quickly to Buehring. Now to Megan Dick. That one is blocked by Lynn. She came out of absolutely nowhere to get the block on that one. I like the idea from Megan Dick because she did have the open shot, and why waste it? You don't need to waste it and try and drive inside where the defense is. Just take the shot, and I like the opportunity. But Lynn she literally came out of nowhere and got that block. Buehring gets the inbound. Diedrich on the far side gets a screen. She's guarded by Lynn, now Berglund. Diedrich gives it off to Dick. Megan Dick wants to drive inside, puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Buehring. And it looks like, don't know if that's going to be a shooting foul or a 1-and-1 opportunity. Jusak with her fourth foul, but it's Buehring at the line. Again, not sure if 1-and-1 or 2. It's 2. So they called it a shooting foul. Brooke Bowling going to check into the game for Jusak. Yeah, she has 4. She's going to have to sit for just a couple minutes. 18 fouls now for Pine City. As Buehring missed the first, no good on the second. And Buehring did get the rebound. Ball still on the court. Oh, and we get a couple of players that fall to the court kind of hard. They hit their head. I hope they're all okay. Everyone is up and walking around. That's good. Never want to see anybody hurt. Playing aggressive out there, but you still don't want to ever see somebody hurt. They're all up and they're all okay. Dragons do have it on the possession arrow. Sell will give it off to Lind. Lind now to Berglund. Berglund to Boland. Boland being guarded by Ertz, and probably one of the tougher matchups if you're a younger player for Pine City is being guarded by Alexis Ertz. Ertz A playmaker out there for Pine City. Lind has it, gives it off to Berglund. Berglund now to Thiemann, and if Thiemann was a little bit closer to the three-point line, she might have put up the shot, but the pass took her just a little too far. It's Lind with it. Lind gets it out to Berglund, and Berglund did take it in, but because Volkema got a piece of her hand, they're going to get her for the foul. And it's only because Berglund was taking the ball back, and Volkema and Berglund's hands kind of just got stuck together. But because of that, it is a pull, it is a hold on the Tigers. No good on the shot. Lind tries to keep the rebound possibility alive for Pine City, but the Tigers have it. Up the court, Diedrich. And that's going to be, who's it going to go on? They got their hands up, and I think it's going to be on Boland. Ooh, I don't know about that. Boland, I think, got there. I think Boland was there first if I've got to put my 2 cents in. And again, I'm not a ref for a reason, but I think Boland got set up first. Either way, Diedrich at the line, and she hasn't missed. Well, if that ain't the announcer chicks right there. She has missed, but, man, she's been pretty automatic when she's shooting the ball. Nine-team fouls for Pine City. Diedrich. Oh, my goodness, no good on both. And Thiemann keeps it alive to Lind. Dangerous rebound for Thiemann, but did a nice job. Lind and Boland gives it off to Thiemann. Now back to Sell. Ella Sell brings down, gives it to Berglund. Berglund off to Lind. 44-35, and it looks like we get a timeout called. It's going to be a timeout call by the Dragons, and while they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Girls Basketball on WCMP.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
WCMPradio.com is where you can find this game streaming live. Or maybe you're listening to it in your car at your house on 106.5 FM, AM 1350. No matter where you're joining us, thank you for joining us. It is greatly appreciated. I mean, without any fans to watch or listen, well, we don't have sports to do. So thank you so much for tuning in. LSL looking to inbound. She does to Summer Thiemann. 44-35. Dragons with the lead. Getting down to crunch time here for both of these teams. Thiemann gives it off to Sell. 2.5 to go. Berglund with it. Berglund being guarded by Ertz. Berglund just going around the defense. This is poked out from behind, and now it's up and in for two from Volkema. 44-37. Volkema gets the basket to fall. And now we're going to get a foul by Rush City, and it should be a 1-and-1 for Berglund. That's going to be the fourth on Volkema. She did a good job. She got 3 early on and now played a pretty clean second half. And Berglund, 1-and-1. The first one is good. 45-37, 2:11 to go. It's no good. So Berglund makes 1 of 2. She has been 50% all night tonight. Diedrich trying to drive up the court quickly. She'll give it off to Buehring. Buehring wants to get it to Megan Dick. Dick, trying to drive inside. No good. Jusak comes down with the rebound. I don't know how many she has tonight. It's close to 20. She's been a rebound machine tonight for Pine City, as she has in almost each and every game. But again, like we've talked with Coach Ted Haas about his team, everyone on this team serves a purpose, and they do it really well. And this ball is tipped, taken away by the Tigers. Pass inside, up and good for Folkema. 39-45, Tigers trail. A minute 31 to go. We do get a timeout call here. A timeout by Rush City. So the Tigers with the timeout, and only a minute and a half left in this game. Dragons lead 45-39. There's a lot on the line in this game. Tigers did not have the start to the season they had hoped for. They lost, or excuse me, only won two of their first 11 games. They start out the season with 6 straight losses before winning 2 against East Central Hinckley Finlayson. Then they lost 3 straight before going on this 3-game win streak against Bram, Mille Lacs, and East Central. So they're coming into this game with some momentum on a 3-game win streak and trying to keep pace in the conference. Of course, they're 5-3 in the conference. Pine City right now undefeated. But you can't help but think if Rush City were to get the win tonight, that is going to change the outlook of the conference dramatically. Conference standings right now, if I can get there before these two teams get out of their timeout, it's Pine City, Ogilvie, Bram, Rush City. So Rush City would still need some help, but it's not impossible. Jusak gets the inbound from Berglund. Berglund almost traveled. That ball is going to roll to Summer Thiemann. Thiemann gets it up the court past Diedrich. And Thiemann tried to throw it off of a defender, and it stayed right under her legs. And now we get a timeout called by Pine City. This will be their, they'll have 1 left, so that'll be their 4th. Ted Haas said about something, talking to his assistant coaches about it, and not pleased with something that was called or not called. 1:17 to go. A great battle here tonight between these two teams. Again, when you look at the records and you look at, coming into this game, Pine City looked like the better team, but you could just tell with how big of a game this is, how important it is to both these teams, and the streak both of these teams are on winning-wise. You knew this game was not going to be lopsided in any way, shape, or form. And not only that, being in Rush City for this game, when Pine City won the first game at home, the atmosphere here is just, it's crazy every time, but man, this is a great game between two really good teams. And the Tigers really have found rhythm as of late. They have really kind of found their identity, so to speak, as of late. And if they can play like this each and every night, they're going to have a good stretch of games to end the season, and they'll win plenty. LSL wanted to inbound somewhere else, but she'll get it to Jusak. Jusak now double team to LSL. Now to Berglund. Berglund gets it to Thiemann. Thiemann in the corner. She's triple teamed, and it's going to be stolen away. All right there, I think it would have been just smart to throw it off at the defender and hope it goes out of bounds. Diedrich racing up the court, spins around, finds the lane, in for 2. You just can't allow her to get any open look. I mean, she doesn't need much. She just needs a crease. Bit of a full court press from the Tigers, and Jusak's going to be fouled. It'll be the 10th team foul for Rush City, and Jusak will go to the line. It's 5 for Grace Folkema, so unfortunately she will have to sit the remainder of the game. 49 seconds left. Folkema battled hard out there tonight. She played well on defense. But she's going to grab her 5th foul, and she'll have to sit for the rest of the game. Coming in for her is Ella Wood. Carly Jusak at the line to shoot 2. No good on the first. Each point here is so important right now for both these teams. Jusak is good on the second. 46-41. Ertz has it off to Diedrich, and you can't give her a crease. She's got a crease. She's going to drive to the basket, gets around Jusak, up and in for two. Jusak had no choice. She can't foul right now, otherwise she's going to foul out. Oh, man. Yeah, like I mentioned, Diedrich, she got a lane on that far side. You can't let her get open like that. She's got some speed, and she showed it there and took it to the basket. Made them pay, 46-43, 37 seconds left. Talking with Haas, we were pre-recording our interview for the Coach's Corner on Saturday, live from A&W. And he said, you know, he felt like this game was going to be a really fun one, a really close one. He said they were not underestimating the Tigers in any way, shape, or form. They knew how good this team was coming into this game. And even he said he felt like they were just really finding themselves as of late and starting to get on track. And if this is any indication of how good the Tigers can be, look out for them in the postseason, man. Might be a sleeper in that postseason. Based on QRF right now, they won't get a great seed if the playoffs were to start now. They don't. We've got still several weeks before playoffs start. Jusak. Oh, no, that is exactly what you did not need as Ertz puts up the shot. It's no good. Diedrich gets the rebound out to Ella Wood. A long two from Dick, and that's going to go out of bounds. Wow. Ertz got the steal, and it looked like she was about to turn it into points. Did not happen. 25 seconds left. Inbound to Lind. Lind will take it up the court. Lind driving across the court now. Ball will go out of bounds. It was tipped out by the Tigers. 46-43. My goodness. What an ending this is going to be. 18 seconds left. Sell will inbound. Megan Dick right there to knock it out of bounds. Intended for Jusak. About a half second came off the clock, 17 seconds. Inbound to Berglund. Berglund getting a call for the travel. 14 seconds left. The ball will go over to the Tigers. They've got a chance to tie this game. If I'm the Dragons, I specifically look at Ertz and Diedrich. Inbounded to Diedrich. LSL guarding her. Gives it off to Ertz. Ertz going to drive inside. And it drops in from Ertz for two. Oh, she's got to get it off quick. Does to Berglund. And there it is. Wow. Oh my goodness, what an ending we just had. But the Tigers will come up one point short. And the final here in this one, Rush City 45, Pine City 46. Oh my goodness, what an ending to this game. Dragons come out on top, but the Tigers, oh my goodness. I didn't know how much time was left on the clock after the shot was made by Ertz, but they inbounded it, and that was it for the time. It was close, though, because off the inbound, it didn't look like Jusak was going to get it off in time, but she did just in time. And luckily, because Tigers would have had a chance to not only get the ball and inbound it, but take that final shot and try and get the victory. We'll take a commercial break. We'll recap this game, and I'll let you know what's coming up for both of these teams. You're listening to Girls Basketball on WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
When something is important to you, you'll do anything to make sure it's protected. You want someone you know, someone you trust to help you take care of it. That's why you need to work with Pine Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. With over 50 years combined experience, let the experts at Pine Insurance Agency help you protect what's important, whether it's your home, car, farm, insurance, or loved ones. Call them today to set up a free, no-obligation quote. Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Pine Insurance Agency, located in a Northridge Center in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
It's the holiday season. That means sipping hot chocolate and spending time with family and friends. But it also means winter is here, and your furnace is working hard. With your comfort and safety as our top priority, Aquarius Home Services is offering a $55 furnace tune-up and safety inspection. At Aquarius, it's about keeping you cozy warm and worry-free for the holidays, and treating your home and time with respect. Schedule your furnace inspection today at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Back here on 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMPradio.com. The Dragons get out of here with the victory 46-45 over the Rush City Tigers. It was a good one. It came down to the last literal second, but Pine City just inbounded it, and that was the last of the time on the clock. And man, what a game it was. Pine City gave up the ball late, and Ertz took over. Ertz, she drove to the basket, got it to fall, but there was not enough time left. As I mentioned, all they had to do was inbound the ball. And Pine City ran out the rest of the clock, and that was it. Pine City gets the victory 46-45, improves on the season to 14-3. The Rush City Tigers fall in this game and will fall to 5-10. But I'm telling you right now, that 5-10 mark is not even close to showing how good this Tigers team is. This is a very good, very talented Rush City Tigers team. Again, they had a outstanding defensive performance. The turnovers they created, the blocks they got, the points off of turnovers, it was awesome here tonight for the Rush City Tigers. They just did a great job on defense. I mean, in the first half, they held Pine City to 17 points. Pine City scored 29 here in the second half, but holding Pine City to 17 in the first half is just crazy because they have been great in the first half. They are very good in the first half, but to hold them to 17 in the first half is just an incredible feat, and they got to be proud of themselves. They played their hearts out here tonight against Pine City, but they do fall, and they'll fall to 5-4 in the conference. Pine City will remain undefeated in the conference, and they will probably look at this game and look at how they can improve and where to improve. But again, sometimes you just have to give credit where it's due, and Rush City deserves a ton of credit. They played hard tonight. They gave it everything they got, and they were, I'd say probably a couple of seconds away from actually grabbing this victory away from Pine City. Pine City got the lead late. They were up by close to 10, and then right from there, Rush City was like, nope, we are not done yet, and they fought back. They fought hard. I mean, Diedrich almost got the Tigers back in it herself. Her and Ertz were just playmakers on the Rush City side of the ball. Speaking of those two, Ertz led the team with 19 points and 10 rebounds. Kayla Diedrich had 18 points with 5 rebounds. These are not official stats. These are unofficial that I try and keep up with myself. So those two led the team. 6 points for Grace Folkema and 2 for Megan Dick in the game. And then on the other side for the Pine City Dragons, Carly Jusak, she got 20 points with 13 rebounds. 10 points for Chloe Lind and 8 rebounds. 7 points in the game for Carissa Nassine. 6 for Summer Thiemann, and 3 for Maddie Berglund. Maddie Berglund was 50% from the line. She scored 1 point every time she went to the free throw line. So again, the Dragons escaped, so to speak, in this game out of the Tigers' grasp and grabbed the victory, 46-45. What a fun game this was. I mean, both teams at half, you knew that they were going to want to get their defenses started and really starting to find more offense and score a little bit more. But I thought Rush City they had Pine City right where they wanted. Pine City wasn't scoring a lot. You held them down. You got a bunch of turnovers. You made them uncomfortable. You set the pace. And then on the other side for Pine City, they were really uncomfortable. They didn't really know how to get around it. And then, they finally found some offense there late in the second half. They were able to get the lead. They never looked back, but almost gave up the lead because the pressure the Tigers put on. They just started to turn up the pressure. They got a couple turnovers. They got Pine City to commit a couple fouls, and then they started to come back in the lead, and they almost took it away again there late at the end of this one. But Pine City gets away with the victory over Rush City, 46-45. Looking at the schedules for both of these teams, for Pine City, they will play next Wednesday. They get nearly a week off, and they'll play next Wednesday against Ogilvie. But that'll be one of 3 games. They'll play next Thursday in Isle against Mille Lacs, and then next Saturday against a familiar opponent, Sauk Center, where they've played in the playoffs and in the regular season. And those two teams, when they get together, it is a very, very fun one to watch. On the other side, for Rush City, they will wait over a week I'm looking at the wrong date. I'm looking tomorrow. They will host Evelyn Gilbert. I thought that was next Friday, but that is tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Rush City girls will host Evelyn Gilbert. That's a 7 o'clock start time, and then they will wait a week to play again. They will play next Friday, and they will travel up to Isle High School to play Mille Lacs next Friday. So those are the schedules for these two teams coming up here next week. Again, Pine City off for just about a week. They will host Ogilvie next Wednesday, a rare Wednesday game, the makeup game for them. And then the Rush City Tigers will play here tomorrow against Evelyn Gilbert before going on the road next Friday to Isle to play against the Mille Lacs Raiders. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight, whether you were listening on 106.5 FM AM 1350 or online at WCMPradio.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors. We can't do it without them, so thank you to all of our fine sponsors for not only sponsoring this broadcast, but all of winter sports. The final here, once again in Rush City, the Pine City Dragons 46, the Tigers 45. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.